Hey amigos, welcome back. In this video, well, the casinos are all closed up now, but I got to 4 casinos before they actually got closed. So let's talk about that and a system of why it beats the casinos, why and how, coming up right after this. Okay guys, how I win at Baccarat. Let's just get right into it. If you have watched some of my previous videos, you know I have a little trick that I play all the time that has not lost yet for over a year now. Sometimes I'm at a casino 3 times in a week, other times once in a week. I guess for a while now we won't be at any casinos, but when they come back I'll be ready. How and why does this work for me? No sales pitch, not trying to convince anyone. This is what I do. Like it or lump it. Here it is, short and to the point. Why? I have a dear friend that asked me if she could make a living doing what I do at the casino, maybe pump it up a little bit. After thinking about it for a while, I said, yes, I think you can, but let me prove it first. As you know, I have only done this for fun and entertainment. I retired just before I turned 50 and have been retired for 30 years now. And the clock keeps ticking. No matter what I do, the government, the insurance company, real estate REIT, and a couple other things, they all fill my bank account back up every month. So it doesn't matter what I do. I know that's not fair to hear for somebody that has to go to work every day. But who said life was fair? Anyway, I'm going to try and prove my system for Jan. I went to Fallsview Casino mainly because they have a whole bunch of Baccarat tables there. I figured I was just going to walk around to the different tables and as if I was betting and write them all down, see how I come out. Would I have won them all or would I have lost my 6 martingales? This way I could watch a few tables all at the same time. I'm pretty sure of what the answers are going to be, but I'm going to follow through with this exercise and see how it comes out. The first time through I watched 14 tables and I would have won all 14 times. The worst would have been 4 martingales, and that was on a $300 minimum table. So off to the buffet we go. Fallsview has one of the best buffets around this area. After that I did it again. Only 12 tables going this time, but I won on every one of them. Taking a break, we went over to the craps table and played for a good hour over there. I had to have some fun somewhere. Then went back to the Baccarat tables once more before I left. Did it again, this time 16 tables. Won all 16, of course. We left Fallsview and stepped at Elements Casino on the way home. And they had 2 tables going, $50 minimums. I decided I was really going to play these rather than just mark it down. So I sat down and played at 1 and won first bet, moved over to the second table and won on the second bet. That made a total of 42 tables that I had played. I was hoping to cover it for 52 tables, figuring 1 for each week of the year. But 42 will have to do. But the question still remains, why and how does this work almost every time? How can I play and never lose? That sounds impossible. Let's break it down and see how high we can have the odds in my favor. Alright, the number of hands in every shoe is about 80 hands, give or take a couple. So I have a pattern of 6 that I'm going to use. Sometimes there's an exact match in a shoe, other times there's no exact match, and I couldn't possibly have lost going through the shoe. But let's just say this shoe has an exact match, an opposite pattern to what I am betting. So I could lose. There are 80 places running through the shoe that I could start betting at. I cut that down to 50 because I don't like starting right at the beginning of a shoe and I don't like betting at the end of the shoe. So right off the bat there might be an exact match to my pattern at the beginning of the shoe or at the ending of the shoe, which would eliminate those. Let's just say there's a bad spot somewhere right near the middle. For me to lose, I would have to start betting at the exact spot where this exact pattern. I would have to start betting at the exact spot where this exact opposite pattern to mine begins. If I started one sooner or one later, the patterns wouldn't match up, so I would still win. So that's one spot out of 50. So let's read that as a math problem. 80 hands in a shoe, so that's 1 out of 80 that would catch me. That's 79 chances to win and 1 chance to lose. That's pretty darn good odds right there. But wait, it gets a lot better. Running a bunch of shoes through my simulator, you'll notice that a lot of the shoes don't have an exact opposite pattern, and it couldn't possibly have lost. So maybe while your nerves are all rattled while you're betting, there's no possible way that you could lose. But of course, there's bad shoes with bad spots. According to the wizard, your odds just went from 90% chance of winning to a whopping 99%. Can you imagine 99% chance of winning? I like those odds. It's still gambling, but I think 99 to 1. What more could you want? So what's the catch? You knew there was going to be a catch. There has to be a downside to this somewhere. And there is. Those numbers are just if you make 1 win per shoe. If you want these odds, then you will have to get up and leave that shoe and go and find another table to play at. You could stay and play a few more hands, and you would probably win. But the more hands you play in one shoe, the odds are dropping like a rock. I'm in love with the 99%, so I'm moving and looking for another table. Let's turn the simulator on and have a look at what I'm talking about. Okay, here we go. We got the simulator up here. I'll pick a number in here. How about 21? I'll pick a random game here. Let's block out some of this here so we can't see it ahead of time, so we don't know where we're at. We'll just go through and pick a few games, block that off where we can't see it. But anyways, with this game here, it would have made $1,700 if we'd been betting $50 with 6 Martindales. And there wouldn't be a loss in here, so our system couldn't have lost. So let's just pick another game and just see if there would have been. No, there's no loss on that one either. So let's try and pick a game where we get a loss. This one here, that made $1,700. Try and pick a game here that would lose. Here we go. We got a game that loses now. So we'll uncover that. And we're going to go to hand 21. We'll deal. Now we have no idea what's coming up. So we're going to bet banker, banker, player. So banker, lost. That's 1. Second bet, banker, we win. All done at this table. So we're going to move on to another table. Random game. Let's just go to the same spot. And 21. And bet banker, lost. Bet banker, lost. Bet banker, win. Leaving that table. So let's go random game. We're at a different table now. So alright, so here we go. We're going to bet banker, lost. Banker, win. All done at this table. Moving on. And let's just check, see if there's a losing spot in here. No, that one won all the way through. So this one here would have won all the way through. This one here with my betting system would have lost. There we go. So let's just go pick a spot in here and we're going to start betting. Banker, I lost. Banker, I lost. Player, I lost. Banker, I win. 4 bets on that one there. So anyways. Okay, near the beginning of this video, I told you I was thinking of making a change from my banker, banker, player to just straight 6 bankers in a row. For a few reasons. Reason number 1, showing this to someone else is really simple to explain. Number 2, being this simple, it's hard to make a mistake and bet on the wrong thing. Number 3, after watching a number of tables, I see a surprising number of shoes without the dreaded 6 players in a row. Number 4, you can watch the scoreboard and you could see that this shoe has a whole lot more players than bankers and bet accordingly. Number 5, even if you get stuck on a row of 6 players in a row, you should be able to make an adjustment in the middle of it. Reason number 6, I've been watching a number of other players playing with this banker, and they're having pretty good success with it. Reason number 7, by watching the scoreboard, you can tell whether this shoe is choppy or whether it's streaky and adjust accordingly. I'm not just sure yet whether those 7 reasons are going to get me to change, but it's looking pretty good. I can't go to the casino now for a while, guys, but test it out and see what you think. Just playing one hand per shoe, I'll bet you can't lose.